Hot news opinion: why Trump still likes Rudy. The New York Times. Hard to imagine the attraction, but a opinion columnist. There are a lot of theories about why Rudy Giuliani is still Donald Trump's lawyer. Maybe his crate, or maybe the fact that Giuliani works for free is more attractive than the fact that he does a dreadful job. Or maybe it's just that he is the one person who makes Trump look good. Sure, both of them contradict themselves every 5 minutes. But Trump never. Both men have been married 3 times, with a messy history when it comes to adultery, but Trump seems to have calmed down with age. Giuliani is, for a variety of reasons that I know as a spouse and a nurse, he has become a different man. Nathan. People wondered whether the nurse thing was a reference to the fact that Rudy likes to drink. He also smokes. Trump doesn't use alcohol or tobacco. See, other presidents who've gotten in trouble have hired private lawyers, but has there ever been anything quite like this? On Sunday, venue retraction time. On Monday, we pause here to briefly note that the Stormy Daniels payoff was delivered by Trump attorney Michael Cohen. Does this president watch Giuliani on TV and you see a man being devoured by egomania? Lawyers are it's no problem for us that Trump picked an attorney who's so wildly hungry for attention that he can't follow the rules. Really, it's whatever shred of credibility Giuliani still retains is connected to his role as mayor on September 11, when the whole world saw him walking through the dust of the World Trade Center collapse. He needed to get up. Later, the mayor would take dignitaries to the disaster site, sometimes shielded from the deadly asbestos floating through the air by a face mask. And, it appeared, Giuliani had already begun to evolve from competent city official to hapless big-time political candidate before the bombing occurred. He tried to run. His unharnessed libido has been part of his story ever since last summer, and the beat goes on. During his parade, somehow I don't think that will be it, he added. But if it is, once again we ask ourselves, what kind of a lawyer says stuff like that? What we have here is another one of them, of course, got himself elected president. At least Rudy does. Follow the New York Times opinion section on, and
raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.